Kesa now has a new version of its composer model. Now they have version 1.5. In one of my previous videos, I showed you how to build the iOS calculator app consisting of 4 different modes: basic, scientific, math nodes, and convert, which is a currency converter. So we created the iOS calculator app using Codex 5.3 and Opus 4.6, and then we compared the result. Let's use the Kesa Composer 1.5 model with the same prompt to build a calculator app. I created a separate SwiftUI project for Codex 5.3 and Opus 4.6. So let's do the same thing by opening Xcode. We are going to create an iOS app, so I'll click Next. Let's call it Composer 1.5 and create it. We are going to save it in the same directory. We now have a fresh Xcode project, so let's open it in Kesa. I will select the project folder and open it. I will show the files and folders directories. Let's go to the model selector and change it from Opus 4.6 to Composer 1.5. So you have noticed that is Kesa's latest agentic coding model with 200k context window. I will paste the prompt here. With this prompt, we want to modify the source code to create a beautiful, fully functional iOS SwiftUI calculator to perform 4 main functions. We have the basic mode, scientific mode, math node, and a currency converter. So I'll send the prompt. That is going to take a while to generate and modify the source code in order to build the calculator app. I'll click here to review the files and accept all the changes. While it is completing the code generation, I'll go to Xcode and show you the Opus 4.6 version as well as Codex 5.3 version. With Opus 4.6, we had a beautiful calculator consisting of 4 modes: basic, scientific, math nodes, and convert. I have already checked all the functionalities and everything works perfectly. With the currency converter, we can convert from one currency to another currency, and that also works perfectly. Let's look at the Codex 5.3 version. So this is how it looks like. Although the functionalities are okay, but I didn't like the UI. Over here, you have noticed it didn't put the content in a navigation stack. So part of the content is blocked by the dynamic island. The background gradient is not nice. Also, for the buttons, we can make some changes. However, I didn't make any change to the source code. So let's go back and look at what Composer 1.5 did and compare it to Opus 4.6 and Codex 5.3. So now everything is ready, and these are the files added. We have the content view.swift, theme.swift, and the rest. I will review the files again and keep all of them. Both Opus and Codex generated the app with only one shot. So let's go back to Xcode and see what Composer did. You have noticed here we have 2 errors. With Opus and Codex, I didn't have any error at all. Let's look at what it is. So we have no exact matches in call and also mixing argument. I will copy the errors and try to fix them. For the second one, we can also fix it here. However, I'll copy it as well and ask Composer to fix it. So I'll review the file and accept the change. With the changes accepted, I'll go back to Xcode. I'll select product and clean build folder. So now all the errors have disappeared. So let's see what we have. So these are the individual views. So we have the scientific calculator view. I will find, for example, square root of 9 or square root of 36. I also like the UI of the scientific calculator. So let's look at the others. With math nodes, you can solve expressions. Let's put, for example, 1 plus 3. That also works nicely. I'll test with 5 times 5. There is also a possibility to add variables. You can, for example, put x is equal to 10. The UI uses a tab view, so over here we have the tab indicators. I can swipe and review the second screen. Next, I'll go to the currency converter view. So that is the currency converter view. We also have the basic calculator view for performing basic calculations. The UI isn't great, but we have all the functionalities. So by selecting content view, we have all the views. We have the basic mode, scientific mode, math nodes, and convert. So all the 3 models have been able to implement the functionalities for the calculator. For the UI, I like Opus 4.6, which is a little bit similar to what we have for Composer 1.5. I also prefer the UI of Composer 1.5 to Codex 5.3. The UI comparison isn't all that necessary because once you have all the files generated this way, you can come here and make changes yourself. It is very easy to change any of the SwiftUI views. So this is everything I have for you in this video. I'll do another comparison using the three models: Composer 1.5, Opus 4.6, and Codex 5.3.